Hello everyone, we are at Beyond the Formula. Let's see why does a current takes only the path of least resistance. So does current really choose only the lowest resistance path? Does current really choose only the lowest resistance path? Hmm. Let's see. Let's find out. Is it true or not? So what happens? Suppose I have a current passing through a conductor. This is the conductor. I have a current passing through the conductor, and now this conductor has two ways. This conductor has two paths, path 1 and path 2. Right? Suppose I say path 1 has resistance of 1 ohms and path 2 has resistance of 100 ohms. Right? Will all the current go through the path of 1 ohm? Will all the current I go through the path 1 ohm and no current will go through the path of 100 ohms or path 2? So what happens here? Mostly we say yes, but it is wrong. It is wrong. Correct? So we see, let's discuss here what happens. Current is nothing but it is a what? Flow of electrons or charge. So current flows because of what? Potential difference. Correct? Potential difference. If there is no potential difference, no current will flow. Right? What happens? Potential difference applied across the conductor creates what? Electric field. Suppose if I have this conductor and if I apply some potential difference here, say V, so what happens? This gets positively charged, this gets negatively charged, and an electric field is set up here. Electric field is set up. Correct? Now what happens? In this electric field, the electrons or charges moves and current flows. Correct? Now you see here, if the resistance of this conductor is I, then we have what? We have as per Ohm's law. As per Ohm's law, what do we have? We have V equals I times R, or we have I equals V over R. Alright, now with this, if I have constant potential, if I have common or same voltage, now see here the I current was coming. It has got two paths with resistance R equals 1 ohm and with resistance R equals 100 ohm. Suppose these both paths P1 and P2 has got same potential difference or same voltage, say V and V. Now for same V here, for same V, current is inverse proportion to resistance. Current is in inverse proportion to resistance. That means more current will pass through the path which have low resistance. Correct? So we say for same voltage, we have more current or high current for low resistance. and lower current for higher resistance, correct. Now let's take an example here. If I have a battery say 10 volts, and it has two paths. The current from the battery has two parts: path with resistance 1 ohm and path with resistance what, say 5 ohms. Alright, now what happens here? The resistance R1 will have current as what, 10 by 1, 10 over 1, that is V over R, which is 10 amperes, and I2 or current at R2 will be 10 over 5, which is 2 amperes, correct. So what happens here? In this example we see that the lower resistance path carries more current. Alright, now this is actual scenario what happens in a parallel circuit. Suppose I have two resistances, say 2 ohm and 10 ohms, connected across a battery of say 10 volts. Now what happens here? Current comes here, it sees two paths, say I1, I2. Now what happens? The voltage, the terminal potential here is 10 volts. Both have 10 volts of potential difference. So I1 will be here as 10 over 2, that is 5 amperes, and I2 will be 10 over 10, that is 1 amperes, correct. So here what happens? I1 greater than I2, as R1 was less than R2, that is 2 ohms was less than 10 ohms, correct. So now let's see something else, something interesting. If I have higher resistance path, the current is not zero at that path. It will never be zero. It will have some value nearly tends to zero, but will never be zero, correct. Now you see what we have, I as V over R. Now for I to be 0, R should tend to infinite. That will imply what? Broken wire or open circuit. Correct. What we can conclude is current does not choose the path of least resistance. Current does not choose the path of least resistance. It is what? It is the electric field. It is the electric field that drives charges through all available paths. We have seen what? Current does go through the resistance of 10 ohms. It also goes with the resistance of 2 ohms. Not all the current goes through 2 ohm resistance. Some part of the current still goes with 10 ohm resistance. So what here is, what we can say, it do not choose the path of least resistance. It does go with all available paths. Now what? The path with lower resistance simply carries more current as per Ohm's law. Right? Thanks.